Molina present.
Shefflow,
Sheffler present.
Thomas,
Here.
Wegman,
Here.
Weber.
Present. Can I please have a motion to approve the minutes from August 14th?
So moved. Mo Iqbal moves.
All right, and seconded by, so Mo Iqbal moves and seconded by Penny Wegman. Can I please have a roll call for approval?
Ferrero,
Ferrero, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Shefflow,
Sheffler, yes.
Thomas,
Yes.
Wegman,
Yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Weber.
Present. Okay, thank you very much. Motion passes. I believe today we have Scott Berger on the line that's going to present OCR financials. Go ahead, Scott. How are you today?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Weber and members of the Job Committee. We're happy to present to you, beginning on page 2, our monthly battery of reports. Maria Gonzalez has prepared these for your review, and I would like to call on her to walk you through those at this time.
Thank you. Hello,
Good morning.
Maria.
Good morning. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, everyone. If you turn to your packet on page 3, you will see that we have the WIOA 19 budget expenditure for the summary report. Pages 4 and 5 are the detail that feeds into this. We are now starting year 2 for this 2-year grant, and it is encouraged that we completely spend these funds down before we start expending the new grant. So what you would focus on here is that the column that says obligations reported, all of that then starts to transfers and layoffs grant. That is the grant that's provided to us to offset staff salary time for the work that they do with our trade participants. We have until June 30th of 2021 to spend down the remaining $28,000 of these funds. And then lastly is the statewide rapid response grant. As you recall, we received this grant because of COVID-19, and we're awaiting to receive the necessary documentations to start reimbursing. Any questions?
Maria, I think it was last month that there was some benchmarks that we were at risk of not hitting, and I think we were waiting for some input back from the state in regards to, you know, if we didn't hit those benchmarks, would it affect us at all? Could you let me know what came of that?
We haven't heard anything, at least I haven't. Scott, I don't know if you've heard anything.
No, not yet.
We're getting ready. They're reaching out to us to get ready to do the monitoring for the program year, and I'm wondering if maybe at that time they may say something. But as of yet, we haven't heard anything.
Correct. That's true. That's the most current information we have right now.
Okay, thank you for that. Does anybody have any questions? Any board members? Anyone on the phone? Questions? Seeing none. Scott, I do have one question for you in regards to the Workforce Development Board meeting. Do we have one scheduled yet in the upcoming future here?
We're tentatively scheduling a full workforce board meeting for the first meeting in January of 2021 will be on January 27th. We have not polled the members yet to confirm that we can get a quorum, but we expect that will be possible. Between now and then, we do expect to be working with a number of the workforce board's committees on various aspects involving the One Stop, our adult program, our dislocated worker program, our youth program. There are a number of items that will need to work their way through the committees, much like the county board works, where the committees do a lot of the deliberation over matters involving the workforce board, and then ultimately those items will work their way up to the full board in January. keep in mind that we are sort of in the midpoint of our program year right now. So come about January is when the board, the workforce board, will need to begin laying the groundwork for planning for our 2021 program year, which will begin actually in July of next year. Does that answer your question?
Yes, no, I appreciate that. Anybody have any questions in regards to that? Go ahead, Ms. Thomas.
Actually, I'm kind of backing up with my question.
Sure.
Can Director Burgers, or can staff speak to this WIOA? The report that shows the layoff aversion, which is basically blank. I'm sorry. Can they just kind of speak to that? What are we actually looking at here? Does this mean that there was no assistance needed or no one reached out, or what is this?
The one for the 26,000? That report? Or
Yes, that's the one.
there were businesses that were approved to get reimbursement. We haven't gotten the backup documentation to do the reimbursements yet.
Okay,
So this
thank you.
is an approved grant, yeah, and we're just waiting for them to turn in the paperwork.
So if I can add, Maria, correct me if anything I say is incorrect, please.
Mhm.
But I believe this report reflects a new program that the State Department of Commerce introduced that provides grants directly to businesses
Yes.
to help alleviate the expenses that they incurred as a result of COVID-19. So for example, this does not include payroll costs, but it might include things like PPE, adapting their workplace to the social distancing standards. It might even include the cost of sending workers home and to work remotely. And so the state introduced this program, I want to say about 2.5 to 3 months ago, and we took applications through our local workforce area. All 26 workforce areas were asked to do this. And there were a number of businesses that were approved for that grant. We did not approve the allocations. That was done by the state, but they are funneling these dollars through our local workforce area to those businesses. And I will say this program is not unlike the business assistance program, the business grant program that you have approved for the Coronavirus Relief Fund, which we expect will launch on Monday. We're actually having a webinar on that program a week from today at 10 a.m. for businesses. And we'll be getting the word out on Monday about that program. And as is expected with all coronavirus relief assistance, there'll be careful review to make sure that we're not duplicating benefit, so that businesses that received assistance under one initiative won't be double dipping into another initiative. I hope that answers your question.
Yes, and you just answered my follow-up, which was about cross-referencing, so thank you.
You're very welcome.
Any other questions by any other board members? Mo, do you have anything to add today?
No, I wrote Mr. Berger about the workforce development meeting schedule, and he answered in the email. Probably you didn't read the email. I think this is what he stated.
Okay, good. So thank you, Scott. Thank you, Maria. We're going to move along to the Jobs Committee priorities. We're going to get an update on priorities 2, 3, 4, and 6. Go ahead, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First of all, I'd just like to give an update on our unemployment situation. The national unemployment did tick down to 8.4%, which is absolutely wonderful news. Unfortunately, the Kane County unemployment number hasn't been updated since July, so we're waiting for that. That was 10.3%, but given the data that I've seen and the tick in the national average, I'm going to estimate we were going to be between 9.3 and 9.5% unemployment for the month of August. We've had some good indicators in job creation, and one of the things that Mark and I receive are site selecting projects from the state. I can't share too many details about that, but I can say in the last month, I've seen more than I had in the previous 5 months combined. So there are businesses looking in Illinois, specifically in the Kane County and the western suburbs region. So we try to react as responsibly and as quickly as we can to those, as well as sharing site selection requests that we send out to our economic development partners. So things are moving along, but I will update everyone as soon as we get those official numbers, but I'd like to share the good news. The other thing I wanted to talk about today was the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity Business Interruption Grants, or the BIG grants. The state of Illinois got about $540 million from the CARES Act for small businesses, and they allocated about half of that for the BIG program. It was set to help up to 3,500 small businesses, mostly in the restaurant, bar, barbershop, salon, gym and fitness, and those businesses located in severely distressed communities. The first round of funding was released in August for about $46 million. The grants were for $10,000 to $20,000, and we had 75 Kane County businesses awarded for a total of $1.21 million across 14 municipalities. And the big awardees were Aurora had 20, Elgin had 12, and St. Charles had 13. And approximately 40% of all of awards went to minority-owned businesses. So this is just another program. It's kind of hitting everyone, and it's trying to apply evenly to all different businesses. They can use this funding to help with capital expenses, payroll costs, rent, utility, and other operational costs. It was really meant to help those businesses that were closed completely for months. What's great is there's more rounds of funding planning. The state has application open, but we don't know when the second round will be. So we continue to promote this and other grants as they come available. The windows for these are typically 2 to 4 weeks. As soon as they come up, usually within a week, a webinar or FAQ is ready that we have to share with the public and with our partners to make sure that they get these applications out as quickly as possible. But I was really excited about how fast this was turned around and how fast the money is going to get to help our King County businesses.
Oh, that's great. Have you had any businesses reach out with help with applying for anything or looking for some direction, or is there any kind of a network of people that are kind of helping each other out?
Yeah, I get questions all the time. Most of my questions tend to be more from the staff at the municipal or from other EDOs or from our economic development partners, which includes some nonprofits, chambers, and other organizations. And typically when they reach out to me, they're looking for county level data or just some assistance in terms of timing. In terms of businesses, I don't have nearly as many businesses reach out to me directly, and when they do, I typically direct them first to their municipality or their local EDO, and they probably would get faster assistance that way.
Sure. Okay, good. Any questions? Go ahead, Mr. Hanson.
Good morning, and thank you. Thanks for the update. Is there a way to kind of capsulize those numbers? I took a glance at some of the awardees, and I thought it wasn't quite that much, but $1 million is significant. There's a way to kind of again, capsulize that, and also the hospitality emergency grants too. They came out quite some time ago, but it's good to know that there was some money that came our direction, meaning countywide. But even when adding up what we got through what our businesses received through the hospitality emergency grants and these, it's nowhere close to $8 million. And that's something I know that it's a ton of work for everyone who's behind the scenes right now getting this program together, but there's going to be $8 million that's going to go out for sure to Kane County businesses, whether if you're in Lily Lake or in Aurora, unincorporated or incorporated. That program is going to kick off on Monday, and it's going to be a massive amount of work for the folks that are going to have to review this and make sure it gets done right. But it is a lot of relief for a lot of businesses, and thanks for your role in that. Every single board member here listening, get the word out. You know, it's going to be, I think the CAT committee and the full board did all of these businesses and municipalities a favor by taking that $8 million allocation off the top line. And we're taking on the bulk of the work and the bulk of the responsibility, and everyone can compete for that equally. It's a great thing to know that all $8 million can come to Kane County businesses. You're not competing against Kankakee, or Mattoon or anywhere else. So it's a ton of work, but it's an exciting thing. It's going to kick off shortly, in that webinar, I think we'll add some clarity for some businesses and some chambers that are going to be promoting it too. But anything you can do to kind of capsulize what people have received so far, and it's going to be dwarfed by the $8 million they can get through our business assistance program.
Sure. So I can send up my table. I created just a table of awardees and how much they won by municipality. We actually, when they sent out the award list, they listed every single type of business and name. That was just it was, I believe, 8 or 9 pages. So I just boiled it down by municipality and how much each municipality was awarded. I mean, we had East Dundee had 1 for 20,000, and it kind of represents what we typically have when we have these big programs that are smaller municipalities only get a little bit of awarding, while our bigger ones tend to match their population respectively. But yeah, we can put some data together and put it in King County Connects to show who and what's won from the business interruption grant, just to show. But yeah, it will be dwarfed by the $8 million hospitality grant, which is great.
But also there was that hospitality emergency relief program. It was either HERP or HARP, and that came out quite some time ago. It was either April or May. It was right after things shut down and businesses were required to be closed down during phase 1. It came out fast. We didn't get much coverage. It was, again, a statewide program, but adding up what the county recipients received from that and this program, it's going to be nothing compared to $8 million.
Yeah, I can definitely look into that. I don't have those numbers with me, but
Thank you.
No, thank you, Mr. Hanson. And I think, one of the things that is positive about, all 3 of those programs is that it and especially by putting it out there, like on King County Connects and letting all your constituents know, is like for businesses, like, just hang in there, keep fighting. I mean, there is opportunities out there. Everyone's trying to get money out to people. Like, don't give up, apply for stuff, like just hang in there. And I think that's kind of the gist of it. There is things available. So don't give in yet. Any other questions or comments? Anyone on the phone? No. I don't think we have any new business today. I don't see any public comment. Any public comment on the phone? I do not see any or hear any. Can I please have a motion to place the reports on file? So moved by Ms. Thomas, seconded by Mrs. Wegman. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Can I please have a roll call?
Guerrero,
Guerrero, yes.
Molina,
Molina, yes.
Shefflo, Thomas,
Yes.
Wegman,
Yes.
Iqbal,
Iqbal, yes.
Weber.
yes.
Thank you.
I see no reason to go into executive session, so can I please have a motion to adjourn? So moved by Penny Wegman, seconded by Mrs. Thomas. Thank you. All those in favor say aye.
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 The ayes have it. This meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, very cool. Awesome. Thank you.
We got the live stream working, and we were the only ones in attendance. No fear.